Alright folks, welcome to another Amulet League. We might not be able to finish this one on stream because in about an hour and 15 minutes I'm going to be facing Sodek in the ultimate matchup of whatever. I couldn't finish the sentence, but that's okay. I still have to figure out which deck I'm going to be. So this is a tournament organized by Abe Corrigan, and the idea is a bunch of modern streamers, including Jim Davies, Doomwake, a bunch of other folks. We're going to be facing each other in an octagon single elimination tournament. Each one of us brings 4 decks. These are my 4 decks: Amulet, Blue-White Control, Hammer Time, and Green-White Heliod, and these are Sodek's 4 decks. This is Upsol Spells, Hammer, and Belcher and Dredge. So each one of us can veto one of the other person's decks, and then we play with the other ones. In the meantime, we're playing a league here. This is not a good hand. This is a good hand, so let's keep it. Let's ship. Huh. What do we ship here? I think I should put Jukabog. Will I stream the Todic matches too? Of course. Eldrazi Temple. I'm playing this because if we draw a bounce land, we literally get to Titan next turn, so. Matt Maxon with some BDs. Thank you for that. Ooh, okay. Well, that's strong. Best decks once more. Yep. That's brutal. Alright, Titan off the top, easy win. Ivan Garcia J with the Prime sub. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold, Ivan. Ivan or Ivan. Thank you for being here. And thank you for supporting the stream. We don't have a colorless source, so we can't really explosives to blow up the chalice. Dref, thank you for the follow. So I guess that I'd rather just play the Tolaria West right now, because I don't want to transmute for explosives only for it to get taken by a Thought Knot, or for my opponent to play Karn Great Creator, and then we are in really bad shape. So just gonna chill here for a minute. Deck Edge is good. Chalice for 1. Ballista. Okay. Playing ball because maybe they have Crucible, or I don't know. I mean, if we find a Titan, we're in very, very good shape. Didn't tune in very often lately, but is Gracer over Stacy founded and generating mini value and it being at least 1 blocker against the Flyers in prime time? No, not really. It's mostly a matter of the aggressive decks in the format. There's a lot of aggro decks right now. Okay, so this is unfortunate. My opponent even threw a little bit. Like, if they had blown up Blast Zone, I had 0 outs. So my opponent gave me a shot to win there, but Raminap, Sage, Trackers, Force. I've not been liking explosives against E-Tron since they became basically a Karn deck. Baloth is defensible, so is Hornet Queen. Okay, hand. It's nice, redundant. Rather painless. It's only missing on some amount of lands. Well, we have Dryad, we have... that's a great pickup. Also a great pickup. So I guess I'm going to play this because we might be able to hardcast Force if we need to next turn. And my opponent can Thought Knot, so there's no reason for me to play the Turn Timber to protect it or anything like that. Chalice. Doesn't really do anything. Amulet. So because it doesn't really matter, I'm gonna play out the Dryad here. So best case scenario is they play Carnival Creator here plus Liquid Metal Coating. That probably means that we insta-win. Could I explain why Tracker is good in the matchup? Certainly, I just think that it's overall a pretty solid card because it just accrues advantage and it just lines up well against their threats. And this matchup can get grindy, as you can see right now, so they're going to take my prime time here. And when it does, Tracker allows you to get a ton of value. So if we find the bounce land, we're still in fine shape here. Bounce land or Besuva. Ghost Quarter. I think we probably have to stop what they're doing over there. Again, we're looking for... I think I'm actually going to play the Azusa here, because if we find a bounce land, we get to bounce our T-West. It's bad if my opponent has second Thought Knots here, because they take my Force and I can't get rid of the Chalice, but this allows me to do everything in the same turn. If I find any bounce land at all. They have another Thought Knots here. Yeah, that's brutal. Yep. My opponent has had the perfect card every step of the way. They even missed an attack there. Can we please draw lands? Please. Hook me up with a land, baby. Hook me up with that land. Bounce land probably just straight up wins the game. Oh, fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. Fuck. You're too late. So we're just gonna turn Timber. That's our out. Because we can't crack loose. We don't have a colorless source, and even if we did, Karn prevents us from explosives. Also, we cited out explosives, so there's also that. We're one land short of Valakut, and we're going to be even farther away next turn. So transmitting for Valakut doesn't do anything. Yeah, I think we just have to turn Timber. Turn Timber is the only way. The good thing is that if we hit, we just win. Give it to me. Give it to me. Huh? Hold. 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 Ding, 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 ding. We got a winner. We got a winner. Good stuff, good stuff. Pew pew, Twitches, exactly. Keep. Interesting. They saw force and they're like literally playing into it. This is unfortunate. This sand could become insane. I mean, it doesn't really need too much, right? Karn could be a problem, however. Karn could certainly be a problem. My opponent probably has to go get Tech Edge. Yeah, I was gonna say. They probably have to go get Tech Edge here. Let's fucking go. Spin. So unlucky. So we know that they have Tectonic Edge, so I guess we ramming up them? Baloth is also defensible, mostly because it pressures Karn very well. Dryad is also interesting because it also pressures Karn very well. And Remnant of Exavil, just like Ghost Squirrel my opponent once a turn, that's just not gonna cut it, right? Also, if they do have Karn, then we get super owned. As Excavator gets counters. True. Very true. Alright, that sells me. 5/6 Excavator, your go. It's bigger than a reality smasher. It's literally bigger than the reality smasher. That's just delightful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I'm gonna go Squatter because it technically keeps them off all this dust. We can Titan next turn if we draw it anyway because of the double Amulet plus a tap land, so, well, never mind. All this dust, here we go. Ooh, that's worse than all this dust for us. F's in chat. Prime time? Summoner's Pact? Probably gonna name Stronghold here. So yeah, it's just prime time. It's just prime time. It's kind of annoying. That's kind of annoying. That means that we don't get a first crack at it. That cuts the outs in half. That cuts the outs in half. So it has to be exactly prime time now. Yikes. Not into it. They're out of Tech Edge. I guess I'm gonna play this out. It is one more mana next turn, assuming my Asusa survives, which it probably will. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I guess we hold the land in hand. It can net us 1 mana. It's not looking good. His Chalice is pretty backbreaking, honestly. And next turn, the Yugin gets to kill the Titan. Ha! That's very cute. Alright, just whiffed. Feels bad losing to Eldrazi Tron, but every now and then they have the nuts. Yeah, this is the second league of the day. So I try to figure out which deck I'm gonna veto from solo deck. Honestly, the one that I'm the most scared of is Belcher, I think. I have to assume that he's going to veto blue-white control because just blue-white just lines up well against all 3 of his decks, all 4 of his decks. So I'm assuming that veto is gonna blue-white is gonna get vetoed. I guess it doesn't line up well against Dredge, but like Amulet lines up well against Dredge, and Heliod also lines up well against Dredge, and Hammer is kind of okay against Dredge. Like it's not great or anything, but. So I think I'm just gonna veto Belcher. I could also veto Hammer. Definitely tricky. I think I'm gonna veto Belcher. Do you feel like this list is better than the one from Tuesday? Nope. I'm just trying different things. It's really tough to, like, the metagame is literally all over the place. There's no actual metagame that has been established just yet. So the just everything is all over the place. I think I'm gonna greedy. I'm gonna greedy keep this hand. Like any green source just makes this hand explode. It is really tough to get a hold of the current metagame. Green source, second amulet. I guess second amulet is not the worst, because worst case scenario, like we actually have lethal with this Titan. Yeah, it's definitely the Wild Wild West for sure. Come on, Gobo, hook me up. Gobo. Gobo. Greenland. Greenland. Triad of the Elysian Grove. Yeah, it's not a Greenland. Okay, so it's super lethal if we ever find a green source. It is gonna be super fucking lethal if we ever find a green source. So if we ever find a green source, we're probably guaranteed to win this. So they can't have a bolt in hand, because otherwise they miss on a point of damage, which could be important. And I don't think that they can set up lethal this turn with me at 15. Trust in the heart of the cards. Yeah, for real. Huh. Yes! No! Okay, maybe I am dead. Maybe I am dead now. But I trusted, chat. The heart of the cards has betrayed me. The heart of the cards has betrayed me. I have a pack to shuffle. Yeah, that's one more look. So I should put a stop on my upkeep, because if I survive, we have one more look at a land if we whiff here. That's a turn timber. Is that good? I think that's good. If I'm not actually just dead here, right? Riftbolt. It's a very... That's some good positive thinking there, opponent. So, play this. No. Float green. Boom. Now, 1, 2, 3. That's a Dryad. So then we do this, we float green. We're gonna have 4 mana floating. Yeah, we're good here. So this is green mana. Bounce this. Crazy boy. Play this. Green mana. Green mana. Prime time. It's going to be a lot of permutations before my opponent dies here, but fairly sure that we got him. Can we just explore too? We can just explore. That's more mana. Another pact. Sounds good. Okay, now we definitely got him. Bounce this. Pact. Primeval Titan. Play this. Triggers. We are going to get, because we're gonna have to pact for Azusa, right? Because we're gonna need to replace some of the lands that we have here. So we can do is we can get Valakut plus Vesuva. This is gonna make red and white mana while doming my opponent. Then we're gonna Vesuva and we're gonna copy my own Stronghold. That haste the first Titan. We packed for Azusa. Does the math work out? I guess I have to get Vestige, actually. So we're gonna do Vesuva plus Vestige because I'm missing 1 mana. Because I have to activate this before it untaps, and then I have to cast the Azusa. So this just cast the Azusa, this, yeah. So we're gonna do Vesuva, Vestige. We're not gonna get to, oh, we are gonna get to Double Strike. Man, I love this deck so fucking much, man. So this goes on the stack last. This goes on the stack first. So red, white, haste you, and tap again. Mana, pact, Azusa. Play Azusa. Land. Haste you. Very good. Untap. Bounce. Double strike land? Do I need to double strike? I kind of want a double strike. It's pretty good value to double strike. I just felt like at their face. Pew! Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Double Amulet draws are so silly. They kind of are, yeah. I guess I can't double strike, so I don't know why I'm doing this. Good thing Valakut doesn't have suspend. Yep. Very hopeful opponent we have on the other side. Baloth, explosives. Rex Sage. I used to like bringing Impact in this matchup. I'm not so sure if that's where I stand anymore. Because they haven't played Deflecting Palm in a really long time. That was dope. Yeah, it's cool. Amulet is cool. What's the trick to learning how to correctly play this deck? I don't know if you saw the post that I did on Twitter yesterday or the day before. What it was a list from a time that I top-8'd San Diego States, and that was in 2015. So I've been playing, and I had been playing the deck for like a year at that point. So that's the main thing that I can recommend. Reps, 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 and reps. It's kind of a sick draw there. We're gonna, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna play the Valakut instead of playing the Simic Growth Chamber, because if I top deck exactly Amulet, I definitely want to hold on to this. So since I can Azusa next turn anyway. Okay, so my opponent could have a removal spell for the Azusa, but like if they do, it's kind of whatever. It sucks a little bit more if it's exactly Searing Blaze, but like it's still fine. Unfortunately, we can't do the meme attack with Gracer against Burn. We went 3 and 2. Yeah, no deceive. Not too exciting. Fake news. Thank you for the follow. So we're playing Primetime here. That's the easy part. With my opponent having only 2 mana, they can Boros Charm and they could have land in triple burn spell. I'm not going to play around that. So instead of gaining life, I'm just going to play around my opponent having Path to Exile. Who are you? What have you done with my friend Fran? If I would never played Amulet Titan without Feel of the Dead, Cap. You're funny, Aaron. You are funny. I guess I'm just gonna name Beast here and just play another Gracie boy. Nah, actually yeah, I'm actually gonna just name Giant. Because my opponent probably is not gonna have 2 removal spells nor 2 creatures, because if they had the creatures they would have already played them. So yeah, we played around that Skullcraft beautifully. Beautifully. Oh, I have a link. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yes! Look at this. Look at this. First time I ever top-8'd an event. Look at this right here. Main deck Thragtusk, 1 Azusa, 2 Simian Spirit Guides, 2 Pact of Negation, 1 Slaughter Pact, 4 Summoner's Pact, 4 Steerings, 4 Gitaxian Probe, 4 Summer Bloom, for Amulet to hide mine. Only 27 lands, man. It was a different time back then. 1 basic forest. 1 basic forest. 3 Tolaria, 2 Vesuva, 1 Mana Confluence. Second forest in the sideboard. Yes! God damn it, I was a fucking genius. Pyroclasm, Seal of Primordium, Spellskite, Chromatic Lantern. Oh, wait. Ooh, Chromatic Lantern. That was a sick deck. That was the Anti-Blood Moon deck. It just fixed all of your mana. Firespout, Creeping Corrosion, because Affinity was a deck. 3 Ley Lines, 1 Sigarda Host of Herons, 1 Thragtusk, 1 Wormcoil, and 1 Hornet Queen. That's an Amulet list. God damn it. That is an Amulet list. So my opponent can deflect Impalm me, but I'm not dead and I get to gain a bunch of life if that's what they do. They're just gonna upkeep Path. That's so much better for me. It's not even funny. Remember, chat, when I didn't go for the line that would have gotten me blown out, and instead I went for a line that won me the game. Remember when that happened? Oh man, it feels good. It feels good to be good. Feels good to be good. So my opponent has missed multiple land drops at this point. I'm just gonna play around another burn spell as opposed to playing. We could gain life here though. We can gain 4. The problem with gaining 4 is that we get got by another path. So I think we're just gonna Boros Garrison here. Just make the exact play we just made. Remember trusting Dromoka main deck, and one of my friends that near slid out of his station in a weekly event when I turned to Titan into Dromoka. Yeah, Dromoka was really sweet. This was before Dromoka, I think. Like, when was 2015? I didn't see the date. What was the date? October 18, 2015. I don't even know what the meta was like. I do imagine that Splinter Twin was a thing still. My opponent pathed me on upkeep last turn. We already have one Valakut. So they take 6, 7, down to 8. And then thanks to Asusa, we can kill them with Valakut post-combat. So I think I'm just going to attack. If my opponent goes Deflecting Palm, they lose because I killed them post-combat with Dryad. And we can even gain life to force their hand, which is nice. So we're going to do Vesuva plus Radiant Fountain. Vesuva is going to copy Semi-Growth Chamber and it's going to bounce itself. So if they have Skullcrack, it's in their best interest to do it right now. God damn it, I'm good. God damn it, I'm good. Value at 8 opponent, is that correct? Just gonna save targets here real quick. Pew, pew, and pew. It really feels great to like play a match like that. I probably play that match, that specific matchup like 500 times maybe throughout my life. That's probably not an exaggeration even. And it feels good to, you know, play a matchup and just feel one step ahead every single turn. If one of these lands were untapped, I would consider keeping this. As is, I'm gonna ship it. Opponent keeps 7. Temple Garden is bad for me. Maybe not. So I'm gonna set up a transmute situation here. So we can transmute next turn if we need to, or we can just Dryad. So with them going Noble Hierarch, okay, I have no idea what my opponent's doing. Let's explore first, because if we find another land, yeah, just try it here. So now if we draw a Titan, we win, and if we don't draw a Titan, we get to Tolari West. I don't think my opponent's on Heliod because I don't think they're on Heliod because like they probably wouldn't have Burst of Paradise. It could be Banned Spirits. That's what I'm putting my point on right now. This is super awkward too because I really want to bounce this Turn Timber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but I'm 1 mana short as is. I think I have to bounce the Turn Timber and it's just gonna be awkward. Counters Company. I doubt it. Like Dryad, Druid just hasn't been a deck in a really long time. You may be right though. This may just be Company. Excuse me, what? Am I gonna get Blood Moon here? We're 1 land off. Because if I get Stronghold, then I can't get a bounce land. And if I can't get a bounce land, I can't reset the Stronghold. So however we slice it, we're just 1 mana short, so... I guess we do this. It doesn't really matter. I'm not going to play around Magus of the Moon. If my opponent has Magus, we are conceding to Magus. But I'm honestly feeling kind of dead right now. And I'm playing this so I can pay for Pact and I can still have double blue open. Yeah, we're probably not going to have time to E on 1 before I die. Just Chord. Yep, that's Chord. Could have hasty with some message. No, because I can't. I just explained that I cannot get the Stronghold to be untapped. I have to imagine that this is just lethal. At least we do get a 3/3. Gotta stay positive. So Resto, Blinks, Corridor, Monitor. This and taps. Prime Speaker. They sack another 1-drop. They go get Image. Image gets Resto. Resto, Blinks, oh, okay, never mind. Renegade Rallier. Okay. So maybe they don't have Phantasmal Image, or maybe this is just another line and it just doesn't matter. Just gonna get a second Resto. And then they're gonna get a Kiki. Alright, that was pretty exciting. Okay, these members, thank you very much. Engineered explosives. That's kind of it. Not super into Gracers. Usually I tend to cut Primeval Titans in a matchup where my opponent can't really interact with me. Do I want... I guess I want Pact Negation over Bojuka Bog. Lots of game actions were taken, yeah. Lots of them were taken. It's pretty cute how I died to my opponent having the 1-drop, right? Like, we would have won the game if we had been able to untap, but my opponent had the 1-drop, so... they were able to haste the Vannifar with the random chaff common from Amulet. I didn't even know that card existed. I've been familiar with the 2-drop, that hastier thing, but the 1-drop seems better. We need to do better than this. These hands are not winning hands. Okay, this one we'll have to do. Bottom that. I'll bottom that. Yeah, Eon 1 is good against some of my opponent's decks, but some of my opponent's hands, but it's not good against other ones. They can turn 2 Magus me, but it doesn't matter. Just dismember it. In fact, I think I chill for a second before I dismember it. It just messes up with my opponent's mana as much as it messes up with mine. What has my top viewership been? It is weird because of raids and stuff, right? So naturally, without any raids, I honestly don't know. Probably around 180 or something. Renegade Rally would be kind of clutch for my opponent here. But if we draw any bounce land or any land... Gross. So now we need an untapped green source. I mean, that is technically an untapped green source. And we're playing around Magus. Look at that. One, two, three, four. Just bounce this. We destroyed the vestige, so we can't really do that, but this giver is gonna be a problem. Maybe I should have killed the giver. Dryad would be a good top deck. Oh, this matchup seems honestly miserable for us. Usually creature combo decks are pretty bad for us overall anyway. So it's not surprising that we're just getting completely owned by this. Man, both times I was one turn too short. Just one turn too late. And I can't even get like a backed or anything because... Yeah, we're just dead. I could have transmuted for Pact of Negation there, but maybe I should have, honestly. But like, what do I have to do if I have to transmute for Pact? I'm assuming that's lethal. There's the Rallier again. They get back Corridor Monitor. They untap the other guy. They sack the Rallier. They get Restore, Blink, Monitor. They sack Monitor, they Super Exarch. Oh, that's actually just lethal. That's also true. Womp womp. Alright, this is probably going to be the last match unless it's very, very quick. But at 2 p.m. we have a garage match to play, so fine hand. Okay, this hand works. Gotta do something real quick here. Boom. We're playing against Scalding Tarn. So let's settle in, folks. Let's settle in because we're probably going to be hanging empty here for a while. If we are indeed playing against control. It's not a garage match, it's a tournament that Abe Corrigan put together. And I'm going to be playing against Sodek. Simek2000s, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Here's Azusa. You can leak her, you can remand her, that's fine. Time to change the wallpaper, don't you think so? Literally played Reclaimer on Tuesday. Where were you? Where were you when I was diligently playing Green-White Reclaimer? Just don't bloodmin me, okay? You can do whatever you want, just don't bloodmin me. That's the only requirement. One in shocks. Okay. Human. Now that we drew a bounce land, of course, we get to play Azusa. We just reset the cavern. Bolt my Azusa, oh no. Two more turns until Titan Mania, hell yeah. Let's start here, see what my opponent does. Good old bait spell. That's the meme, you know. That's bait. Summoner's Pact. Sneaky Misato, thank you for the follow. I stole your Heliod deck, by the way, Kane. The Heliod list that you played yesterday. I'm going to be playing against Sodek today, hopefully. Giant. Cast Prime Time. Gonna steal my Amulet probably. Sure. And I think that we're just gonna play around Blood Moon here, right? Like we have a Titan in play. We're looking pretty good. Like my opponent is not gonna have an easy time getting rid of this big boy, and we have a second one already rolled up and ready to go, so they can't breach me. If they moon me, we just pay for Pact, play another Titan next turn. And they can't Cryptic tap me forever. Combat. I think we're getting to the point where we don't even lose to a breached Emrakul. I'm so happy that the Cryptic Lope is gone. Yeah, for real, right? So depending on what my opponent does here at the beginning of combat, we're going to tap all creatures, draw. Okay, so in response to this, I'm just going to Pact and I'm just going to get... Oh no, I fucked up. Whoops. Yeah, I fucked up. Well, whatever. I got a little bit ahead of myself. So I was thinking that I wanted to do this. Though we are technically playing around force by doing that. If opponent breaches Emrakul, we leave 1, 2, sack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No big deal. Swing for Titan, pay for your Pact. No big deal either. Still in fine shape. So opponent Kiki combo, I don't think so. They are playing blue-red. But I don't know what else they got going on. Double striking this is not lethal, so there's no reason to do that. Yeah, this is not really double creatures draw a card. It's an interesting strategy. I think if they breach an Emrakul, they're dead anyway. They breach Emrakul, we sack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We Pact for Dryad, play Dryad, attack with both Titans. We get a shit ton of triggers, they lose. Tracker is awkward in this kind of matchup. I have to assume that my opponent's playing Blood Moon, so let's go with that. Tracker is kind of awkward in this kind of matchup because you don't have infinite time. If my opponent's just playing blue-red control, then Tracker is perfectly fine. In fact, Tracker is just great. But if they're actually playing any of the combo versions, which they most likely are, because why wouldn't they? Then it's bad for me. And my opponent was smart to concede there, because if they are playing the Kiki combo, then Dismember is obviously great, but I'm not going to be bringing in Dismember against my opponent potentially playing Emrakul, right? Through the reach Emrakul, so I'm just gonna not bring it. Same thing with force. I'm just not bringing in force. So by hiding the information, they're getting a lot of mileage in this specific game. Opponent moves to 6. If we had a cavern here, I would slam this off, but this is better. Have you ever felt this satisfaction sacrificing 6 tokens to Annihilator trigger? Actually, I have. I actually have. My favorite thing is, in fact, I'm gonna be probably sacking some plant tokens to the Annihilator trigger. But I have. My favorite thing was sacrifice all of my lands and then swing. This was in Legacy. My opponent show Untold and Emrakul, and then on the next turn they attacked, and then I used my. I sacrificed all my lands and I attacked them with Knight of the Reliquary for lethal. It was pretty funny. Pony has a lot of basics. Gonna be holding on to the bounce land because I might find another blue source. Trelon with the raid. Welcome everybody from Trelon's stream. As you saw earlier today, we are playing some Amulet indeed. How was your stream, man? How's the new modern treating you? Remember asking the local Breach player why they weren't casting Breach in my end step and then losing 10% of my matchup from that point on? What do you mean? Oh, because they were not doing it. And you basically told them to do it and you taught them to do it. Okay, that makes sense now. I mean, we are falling pretty far behind here, but it's correct for me to play the tracker because next turn they're going to have access to Snapcaster Cryptic, so I have to, you know, force them to have a Cryptic here. Mana Leak is just gross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We get to spin the wheel next turn. That smells like Blood Moon, folks. If my experience playing this deck has taught me anything, is that when your opponent just goes out of their way to fetch your basic islands, it's because there's a Blood Moon in your future. Wait, Bridge is an instant? That's great. Is this a Kiki? No. I guess it wouldn't have been a Kiki, it would have been a Deceiver Exarch. What's up, Dido? Como vai? Como vai, meu hermano? Oh yeah. Oh yes. Hermano é argentino, porra. Don't worry about it, Dido. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Yeah, to be fair, SRAM, that they changed them. They changed how those interactions work, so it's not that surprising, honestly. Don't gust me, bro. Double bolt. Bolt, snap, bolt. Bolt, abrade. Okay. We're gonna see another minus. No sound effect for the maw. What sound does a dino make? Colgate in on top. Thank you for the follow. Actually, Black Shout is great now, but you don't like that deck. Is Grixis not playable? Right on time. I hate skip shift also. Damn it. Damn, my opponent is all about that minus in life. We have no more answers to Moon, by the way. Like, the Rex Sage was the answer. Six mana. Okay, so my opponent is just playing like a control deck. They're not playing any combos. Force comes in. Tracker's great then. And Gracer probably sucks. Pact is bad, but I guess I just have to. And maybe Hornet Queen is actually serviceable. Explosives deals with Ashiok. It's not great. Pog. Hand's great. Not a bad pickup. Not a bad pickup at all. So next turn we can transmute for Cavernous Souls. We can even deal with a Blood Moon. Hey, Equalizer. And even if they have Ashia, we can clock it very effectively. Which is nice. I think I'm going to find another pact here instead of getting Cavern. We could get Pact of Negation, but then we get owned by Force of Negation. So I'm just going to get a Summoner's Pact. And when my opponent goes for Ashiok, we can Pact in response. And then if they go for Blood Moon, we can just use the Force, and then we untap and we Pact them. So we untap and we Titan kill them. How is white added to this deck? No. You usually want to use cards like a Gemstone Mine and stuff like that. One step ahead of the competition. So prime time. I guess it's better to copy Valak at second main phase. This is just lethal regardless. So Stronghold Garrison. Whee! GG opponent. Man, it feels good. It feels good to... I feel like I played that one very well. I feel like I played that one really well. I really played... I have my opponent play directly into my plan, which always feels great. Alright, so we're not going to have time to play the last match, but I will just edit it later after we're done playing with Sodek, so... yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. But we have to fight Sodek right now. All right. So thank you for watching. See you later. Bye bye. All right, folks. We're gonna be finishing up this league real quick. We managed to beat Sodek in the little tournament, and here we're definitely keeping this hand. This looks pretty solid. Yama beat Jim Davis. All right, sweet. I'm gonna have to look at the bracket. I don't know who I'm playing against tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry. Spoilers. Don't listen to that. Go watch the VODs. We actually had some pretty good matchups. We had some pretty funny matches against Sodek. So I strongly recommend you check him out. We just started forget, yeah. Don't worry about it. Forget right now. I was definitely not expecting Stubborn Denial off of Misty Rainforest. We did get caught. Not particularly excited to shock right here, but I'm also not upset about it. Maybe that time you told us you love chat, then told us to forget about it. We never forgot. Chat is not great at forgetting, I guess. Gotta be careful around chat. Chat is not one to forget, and is not one to forgive. I guess chat doesn't forget about push-ups either. Damn it. Chat is vicious. Chat is vicious. I guess I'm not gonna have 6 if my opponent, if they Inquisition, I'm gonna pact for a Titan. Something tells me that they have another Stubborn Denial, though. Even Snapcaster would kind of suck. It is Snapcaster. Alright. It's kind of pog. Get another one. Okay, so we're not gonna have just gonna drop this bad boy over here. We don't have a bounce land. So we can either set up another Titan, we can bog my opponent, which would make the Goyf into... It doesn't even make the Goyf that much smaller. I guess I don't even care about the Goyf right now, so I'm just gonna set up another Titan. Opponent could have this member. We do have access to explosives in the deck. Definitely something to keep in mind. We're missing what? We have land, sorcery, instant, artifact, creature in the deck. We're just taking this. Oh no, this image is center lead with the storm that has epic experimenting. Now that's epic. I don't even know what that means. No idea what you said. A lot of words and I have no idea what they mean. Big fish. Not a bad top deck. No, we didn't, because I think I'm gonna go for... I think I'm gonna attack first. The opponent's probably gonna block with Gourmet Angler. If they have this member, we win. So I think playing the Amulet is fine. So opponent blocks, they go down to 7. If they fetch, they die. So I'm just gonna... I think I get Misty Rainforest. I could bog myself. No, if I'm not getting a basic, I don't think, because I think I'm gonna transmute for Dryad, and I'm gonna hold on to the Misty, because that guarantees that I swing for 6. Yeah, so I think that's the correct line. So we're gonna get Valakut, Misty Rainforest. Opponent's gonna have to block here. No, I think this line is better. Check it out. Check it out, check it out, check it out. So this guarantees that I'm gonna 6 my opponent at least. So they can't really take it. They have to chomp with the Angler. Then I'm going to play Cavern Naming Dryad. I'm going to transmute for Dryad. And then I'm going to Valakut. I'm going to play the second Valakut. They take it. Okay, so now they can only go get a Black Source, which means that my line worked out perfectly. So what we do here is we transmute. For Summoner's Pact, opponent doesn't have enough life to do anything. So Summoner's Pact, we have green floating. We're gonna play this Naming Dryad. Gonna Pact. But this is the way that we play around the removal spell. They can't stop, they can't dismember, they can't push. Nothing, they have no outs. The only out would be Force of Negation, and they have only one card. So this is like the only line that it makes it so my opponent literally has no plays. They have no way to get out of this. Both have swords for a reason. Hell yeah. Seems like my opponent figured out what's coming. Big brain play. We don't have anything like that in the channel. That sucks. We should have a 5-head emote of sorts. So even if my opponent's last card in hand is a push, it literally doesn't matter. I will choose you as a target. Was that a good line, chat? Playing around my opponent's exact one outer. Don't worry about it. My opponent says WP. My opponent says, well played. They can understand and appreciate the awesomeness that was that line. They can understand and appreciate how perfect that line was. We're gonna get explosives, Hornet Queen. It didn't work in the chat, sorry house. Didn't work in the chat. Got it on your screen? That's not how pyramids work, my friend. That's not the way of the pyramid. My opponent has big fish. Honestly, my opponent's deck looks kind of sick. I don't know how into I am into the whole... I don't know how much I dig the whole big fish Tarmogoyf combo. That's the part that I'm not too psyched about, but how's the New World Order where you aren't oppressed by blue or a combination? Perfect, John. Absolutely perfect. Also, that's funny. We literally just were talking about you. We were admiring your pyramid prowess. Ifena with the tier 1 sub, 22 months. Thank you so much, Ifena. I really appreciate it. Has it fully said yet that Wizards actually gone and made Modern great again? I am enjoying every single second of it, Ifena. You have no idea. I am enjoying every single stream, every single second that we get to enjoy all of this mighty awesomeness. Just having the time of my life here. Try to have the fastest fingers west of Mississippi house. It sounds sexy. Pretty aggro. I want to preemptively play these explosives. Now the question is, am I going to play it on 2 or 1? I think I'm just going to play it on 2, considering my opponent's... it also randomly plays around Damping Sphere, which seems pretty sweet. And I'm definitely interested in playing it around Stubborn Denial for sure. No reason to crack this just yet, so I'm not gonna. My opponent wants to swing for 3 a couple of times. I'm into it. Grizzly Salvage? Alright, my opponent is onto something. My opponent is onto something, and it is hella sexy. Yeah, Ave. We finished. I beat Sodek. As long as we finish this league, I'm gonna be sending it over to probably Sack or Doom, whoever's there, whoever's streaming. YouTube, you didn't see that? Shh. Thanks, Abe. How did you do? Did you get there? I think we just jam here. If it's Gust that my opponent has, there's no reason to delay it. If it's Disdainful Stroke or something like that, we have another Titan and we don't have time to just sit around and wait until my opponent decides to. Mana Leak, I was not expecting. Mana Leak, I was not expecting. YouTube asked me if I was 18 today. I started laughing. Nice. You should feel young, Scott. Second big fish. I mean, if my opponent has another counter spell here, we're just dead. Not even in trouble. We're literally just dead. All right, so they'll play like a control style stuff. Shadow nonsense. With mana leaks and shit. All right. So, thank you, Carpek, for that follow. Appreciate it. Finish your stream, so that can I officially complain that you drew above average, dude? Like the draw with When we drew you thought seized my fucking my 2-drop, my paladin, and then I literally drew 0-drop into paladin. I'm like, well, Sodek's not gonna be happy about this. that was hilarious. Yeah, that Thoughtseize was rough. That Thoughtseize was real rough. This hand, it's not bad. This hand kind of fucks. Should win game 1 versus Blue White, but I wasn't expecting to win post side at all anyway. Yeah, sorry, like I was feeling like I was doing so much math, we were trying to like figure out what your last card in hand was at any times. It was kind of weird. we were trying to figure out exactly what was going on there. It was pretty all over the place. Wizards please fix bug, thanks, yeah. For real. Stupid thoughts is bug, right? I think I'm playing Explore here. My opponent gets to stop it, which kind of sucks, but it also makes them use their fetch and the stop. Next turn we can bog them, so even if they goif me, it's not that big of a deal. Because the goifo is going to be tiny. Yeah, there we go. They have so much counter magic. Also, it delays their anglers. This bog is probably going to do a lot of work here. Oh, no. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, thank you, Sodek. GG's, man. Always a pleasure to see you. Well, I guess this box is not gonna do shit. Guess this bog is not gonna do shit. Big fat fish. Damn it. We do have to play one of the bounce lands, and we have to bounce that though. So we can put pressure on my opponent because we are technically able to cast the Titan next turn. Is Valak still an in-game plan with Amulet Titan? Yes. But Field of the Dead is not. If that helps. TBR. Well, this is a forced play now, so gross. That was very impressive. All right, opponent, GG's. Historically, shadow decks are always an Achilles heel of Amulet decks, in my opinion. We didn't do too well there, but it's okay. It's okay. Again, I'm not sold that this is the way that I want to build the deck just yet. There's a bunch of different things that we could be trying. So, Jim, thank you for that follow. Appreciate it, man. That's gonna be it, though. That's gonna be it for this stream. We're gonna be sending it over to probably Sack or... is Sack streaming? Let me see. Let me see real quick. Doesn't look like Zach is streaming. Oh yeah, he is. Okay, sweet, awesome. So we're gonna send it to Zach. And that was it for this stream. I'm gonna be back tomorrow playing some more Modern. The format is awesome. So yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. We're gonna be playing against somebody else in the tournament as well. So it's gonna be pretty sweet. Thank you all for watching, folks. I really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.